Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I dive to this lesson, giving our honor and our glory and our praise is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ukakadash, Shabbat, Shalom. Okay. Double honors the great minister, elder apostle who is teaching real well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect to scatter abroad across the four winds of this planet that's enduring all things as soldiers of Mashiach Yahushua. Okay. And hard shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the word all across the four corners of this planet. Okay, and holler shalom to the sincere Aquafium that's out there representing husbands, being a pillar of rest to those they may be. Okay, as you see by the title right here, this lesson is entitled, Who Are the Gentiles? Okay, and basically the reason why I'm doing this lesson is basically to challenge myself, but also to edify to those they may want to know, okay, who the Gentiles are and who Paul is writing to within his letters. Okay, now, it's a thing you have to know this, okay, because when you come across these Christians, man, they always say something about how the Lord say Jesus Christ came for the Jesus Christ say teaching to the Gentiles or whatnot and stuff like that, but not realizing that the Lord is saying teaching to the Israelites that are taking on heathen customs, okay, because that's what happened, okay. Our people was taking on heathen customs, okay. That's basically what they was doing. They was taking on heathen customs, okay? Now, without further ado, Lord willing, I don't have no interruptions while I try to do this lesson, okay? So I pray and hope that your brothers and sisters are edified, okay? Now, first and foremost, we got to start with the word, okay, with Greek, okay? Our people was taking on, wherever our people was at, they was taking on those customs. Okay, our people took on Greek customs, which was the start of the Hellenization. Okay, now we can try to find that. Okay, Hellen. Let's try to find that. Let's look at this. Okay, Hellenistic Jew. Okay, it's basically Israelites that took on heathenistic customs or Greek customs. Okay. And the reason it says Hellenistic Judaism was a destination for Judaism in the Greek-speaking world, including those Jews who spoke Greek and adopted to some extent a Greek way of life, okay? So this is who Paul is writing to within his letters, okay? He's writing to Israelites that took on different heathenistic customs, okay? That's who Paul is writing to, okay? And we're going to get into the scriptures. We're going to get into depth on getting clarification that, yes, Paul is writing to Israelites that are in these different kind of churches, okay? All right. Now, let's go ahead and start it off, okay, with the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. Okay, like I said, I hope and pray that you brothers and sisters are edified to those that may watch. Okay, James 1 and 1. And the reason it says, James, a servant of Yahweh and of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Okay, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Okay, so James is writing unto Israelites that are scattered abroad in these different regions. Okay. That are under oppression of these the heathens, okay? That's why it says to the 12 tribes which are scattered, okay? So this is the first precept to prove that when they were speaking about Gentiles, they're now are Gentiles? Yes, there are heathens, okay, which are the other nations, but these writings are actually wrote unto the Israelites because only Israel is going to get this truth and knowledge, man. Okay, the Lord said it straight and plain. Okay, let's get that. Okay, He showeth His word. KJ, Salakia. Con. This is Psalms 147 in verse 19, and the reason it said, I think I had that on here. Nope, I got 148, but God, this is Psalm 147 and verse 19, and the reason it says, He showeth His word unto Jacob, His statutes and His judgment unto Israel. Okay, so only Israelites will be able to obtain and be able to get this truth. Okay, not these heathen nations. Okay, because these heathen nations, they not gonna get this truth. Okay, because in their minds and their thoughts, they don't believe in Yahweh. Okay, they don't believe that it's one God. Okay, they believe it's multiple gods, and our people took on their customs and started believing what they're believing. Okay, look what our people doing to this day. They believing in different gods. Okay, when the Lord said himself, there is only one God, there is only one true power. Okay, there's only one true power. Okay, because when you go into the Hebrew prayer, the Hebrew prayer going into, how there is one God and one power. Okay, the Hebrew prayer for that is Salaki. Bear with me, quick second. Bear with me, quick second. Like real quick. Okay, there's one true power. Okay, and when you read the scriptures, it tell you here Israel, the most high power, our God or our power, Yahweh, is one. Okay, and how you say that in the Hebrew is Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, which is really saying, here Israel, Yahweh, thy power, our power, Yahweh, is one. So there's only one true God. Okay, all these other gods that these worlds, not these worlds, that these heathens come up with, they are false idols. Okay, and that's why our people began to worship and start believing in other gods. Okay, that's why the scriptures say that. Hey, that's why when it says Hellenistic Jew, it is Jews that took on heathenistic ways. Okay, now continue on. All right. Let's go ahead and get the book of Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse. And we're going to get, 1 Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, because we're going to understand who is Paul writing to when he introduces himself, okay? Let's go ahead and see Romans, okay? Bear with me. This is Romans, the first chapter, and verse 1 through 7. And the reason it says, Paul, a servant of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, called to be an apostle, separated into the gospel of Yahweh, which he made promise of for by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures, concerning the Son, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our Lord, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh. And this is a lesson within itself as well, because Yahweh Shah didn't come by an angel coming down from heaven and having sex with Mary. No, because number one, there would be adultery. Number two, angels don't have genitalia. They don't have the private parts as a man does, but they're still men. Okay, but that's a lesson within itself. Okay, verse 4. And declared to be the Son of Yahweh with power according to the Spirit of holiness by the resurrection from the dead, by whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name, among whom are ye also called of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, to all that be in Rome, beloved of Yahweh, called to be saints. Grace to you and peace from Yahweh our Father and the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Now, pay attention to that word saints, okay? Remember that, okay? Remember that word saints, okay, as we go through the introductions when Paul introduced himself, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get the book of Corinthians, chapter 1 and verse 1 through 2. And the reason it says, Paul, called to be an apostle of Yahweh Shah Mashiach through the will of Yahweh, and the Sardines, our brother, unto the church of Yahweh which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Yahweh Mashiach Yahweh Shah, called to be saints, with all that is in every place, call upon the name of Yahweh Shah Mashiach our Lord, both theirs and ours. Okay, so here it is again. Paul is writing to the saints which are within Corinth. Okay, notice that it didn't say to all that be in Corinth. No, it says to the saints that be in Corinth. Okay, That's why it says called to be saints, okay? Because Paul is writing to the saints, and we're going to prove that the saints are Israelites, okay? And that's going to prove that that's who Paul is writing to the whole time within his letters. That is James. That's what James was talking to when he said to the 12 tribes greeting, okay? Now, let's continue on. Let's get the book of Galatians, chapter 1 and verse, let's see if it says it in here. Nah, it's not one in there, but let's get the book of Ephesians, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it says, Paul, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach by the will of Yahweh, to the saints which are at Ephesus, to the faithful in Hamashiach Yahushua. Okay, once again, Paul is writing to Israelites, the saints that are within Ephesus. Okay, he's writing unto this church. Okay, so when these Christian pastors come up against you, man, and they bringing up all this and this and this and that, and they don't understand that when Paul introduces himself or introduces his letter, he is writing to the saints that are residing in these places. Okay, nowhere did it said to all that be in Ephesus. Okay, all right, that's it on that. Let's get the one more, Philippians 1 and verse 1, and the reason it says, Philippians 1 and 1, Paul and Timotheus, the servants of Yahushua Mashiach, to all the saints of Hamashiach Yahushua, which are at Philippi, with the bishops and deacons. Okay, so once again, the word saints is right here, and like I said, it might seem like we ain't getting nowhere, but hey, we're gonna get to the point. We're gonna prove that the saints are Israelites, okay? But you gotta bear with it, okay? This is these to prove when you read these books, okay, you will now understand that, okay, Paul is writing into Israelites that are within this region, okay, within this church, okay, within this place, okay. He's writing into the saints that dwell in Philippi, okay. Let's get one more. Let's get the book of Colossians 1 through 2. And it says, Paul, an apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, by the will of Yahweh, and Timotheus, our brother, to the saints and faithful brethren in Hamashiach, which are at Colossus. Grace be unto you and peace from Yahweh our Father and the Lord Yahushua Mashiach. Okay, there I go again, to the saints. Okay, now I digress on that. Now let's prove that the Israelites that Paul is writing to are saints. Okay, because only Israelites can be saints, man. Okay, nobody else, no heathen nation can be saints. Okay, only Israelites can be saints. And let's go into the book of Psalms, chapter 148. Okay, 148 and verse 148 and verse where is it at? In verse 14. And the reason it says, he also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him, praise ye the Lord. Okay, so there you go. The saints are Israelites. Okay, so when you read the book of Corinthians, the book of Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, the book of Timothy, okay, when you read the book of Romans, okay, this is Paul writing to Israelites that are following Gentile-like ways, okay? He is writing unto them, okay? And trying to wake up the lost sheep that's there, okay? He is not writing to all of those people there, okay? Because when you go into the book of Romans chapter 2, okay, get that. because it's all about the spirit too, okay? Because when Yahushua went into it and basically he's talking about the wheat and the tares, okay? You do have Israelites that look like heathen nations, okay? Prime example, Cornelius, okay? Cornelius, probably looked like, Edomite, but hey, at the end of the day, his spirit was of Israel, okay? His spirit was of Israel because only Israelites can believe on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, okay? Now, when you read the book of Romans chapter 2 and verse 25 through 29, and the reason it says, for the circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision. Okay? Therefore, if the circumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if it fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision doeth transgress the law? For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision which is outwardly outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart. Okay? Because, hey, yes, that this is about the spirit. Okay? You got to circumcise your heart, which is your mind. Okay? You got to renew, you got to become a new man. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you can be physically circumcised, and still be wicked as hell. Okay? But at the end of the day, yes, you supposed to be circumcised. That's one of our customs, okay? But you do have brothers that's out here that's not circumcised, okay? But at the end of the day, okay, it's all about the spirit. Your heart has to be circumcised first, okay? Because you go into the book of Ephesians, okay? This is how you renew yourself, okay? You go into the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 20 through 22. And the reason it says, but ye have not so learned Hamashiach, and so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that you put off the concerning the former conversation, that old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Okay, so that's how you put off that old man, put down them heathen ways. Okay, all right. Because at the end of the day, the Gentiles, which are Israelites that took on heathenistic customs, hey, they gonna be converted, man. Okay, ain't no damn Edomite gonna be converted, man. Ain't no damn Moabite gonna be converted, man. Only Israelites can be converted, man. Okay, become a new man. Okay, a new woman. Okay. Just like the Philippine woman, okay? She knows she's an Israelite, okay? She just look like a Philippine, okay? All right, because our people are scattered abroad, man, okay? Verse 23 is the point. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on a new man, which is after Yahweh, and created in righteousness and true holiness. Okay, so that is the circumcision that Paul is talking about. Okay, the renewing of your mind. Okay, circumcising your heart. Okay, because you can be circumcised physically, and if you breaking the law, then that makes your circumcision uncircumcision, okay? Because you really not keeping the law to the best of your ability, okay? But at the same time, this is about the renewing of your mind, okay? Circumcising your mind, okay? The changing of your ways, okay? Putting away the heathenistic ways. That's who Paul is writing to, okay? But that's it on that. That's it on that, because when you go into the book of Maccabees, you will have people that took on heathenistic ways. Okay, you go into the book of Salaki, I'm at the wrong one. First Maccabees, chapter 1, and the reason it says, you go to the verse 11, and it says, in those days went there out of Israel a wicked man who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. Right, so there are wicked men persuading many Israelites to take on heathenistic customs. Okay, that's why they said, for since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. Basically, like, man, when we was with them, man, we had it good, man. We didn't have to. But as you see, our people do the same thing to this day, practicing heathenistic customs. You see that our people are in the sororities and the fraternities, okay? Neither Jew nor Greek, okay? But anyway, verse 12, and it says, so this device pleased them well. The certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, which is Antiochus, okay, went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Okay, so they started following the ways of the heathen, okay, taking on heathenistic customs. They wasn't circumcising themselves, okay. They forgot they cast the laws behind their back and just basically spiritually uncircumcised themselves, man. Okay, but that proves that our people took on heathenistic customs, and that's who Paul is writing to within his letters. Okay, to those Israelites that took on heathenistic customs. Okay, so if this is making sense, this is making sense. Okay, Lord willing, it's edifying. Okay, but continue on. Let's get the book of Acts, chapter 10, because this is another book that Christians like to use and try to use it to be able to say that you're able to eat all manner of food. Okay, now let's get the book. I think it's where I have it at, Acts 11, chapter 10, verse 11 through 13. Okay, and the reason it says, and so I'm starting verse 1 to 10. And it says, and he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance. Basically, he finna have a dream. Okay, and saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending upon him, unto him, and it had been a great sheet, okay, and knit at the four corners and let down to the earth. Okay, and the reason why it says been a great sheet and knit of the four corners, okay, this great sheet supposed to represent Israel. Okay, and when it says the four corners, it's talking about Israelites that are scattered abroad, okay, across the four corners of the planet. Okay, that's what it's talking about. Okay, then verse 12, because when you go into the scriptures and you go into when the Lord said, hey, I shall scatter you amongst the heathen, okay, this is what that great sheet is. They're talking about the knit at the four corners. Okay, that's what that's talking about. Israelites that are scattered across the four corners of this planet. Okay, verse 12, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, wild beasts and creeping things, the fowls of the air. And this is basically talking about Israelites that are in a beast-like state. Basically a Gentile-like state, okay, heathen-like state, okay, because our people, and today you see them acting like Gentiles in a beast-like state, okay, because you go into the book of not Genesis, the book of Ecclesiastes, okay, I think it's 3 and 8, no, it's not gone, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 18, and the reason it says, let me see some. And the reason it says, and I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are a beast. Okay, our people are in beast-like states right now. Okay, they following after other guys. They acting wildly. They acting uncivilized and stuff like that. Okay, they in a beast-like Gentile-like state. Okay, that's why it says in the Acts 10. Okay, going back to it, Acts 10. Okay, in verse 12, wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. It's lucky. Our people in a beast-like state, man. Okay? You see how our people act to this day, man. Act like they don't got no damn common sense. Okay? In verse 13, and the reason it says, and there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. Okay? Now, Christians will take this and be like, see, there it go. There it go. It says kill and eat. Those four-footed beasts. Okay? But, hey, this is not talking about that. This is talking about rise and go prophesy. Okay? That's what this is talking about. Okay? Rise and go prophesy unto who? The Israelites. Okay? Lost sheep. Okay? Because later on it goes into him, Peter talking to Cornelius. Okay? But, that's it on that. So, I pray and hope that this lesson is edifying to those that may watch, giving all honor and all glory and all praise is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Once again, I'm going to say this quick little prayer. Yahweh is only one true God. Okay, I'm going to say this, okay? Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allahayanawa, Yahweh, Ahad. Okay? Our power is one. Okay? There's only one true God, man. Okay? And that's who we are sent out here to do, because what did Yahushua say unto Peter? Okay, if you love me, feed my sheep. What did Yahushua mean by that? Yahushua meant by go prophesy unto my people, let them know the gospel. Okay, tell them the good news, warn them about the danger that is coming. Okay, that is how we love Yahushua, by preaching this word, man, okay, unto the lost sheep of Israel, okay, which are acting like heathens, okay? So I pray and hope that this lesson is edifying, giving all honor and all glory and all praises again, once unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash. Double honors and great master at apostle, teaching well. Till next time, till next video. Shalom, Kwame Sharella, about the ball.